In the heart of the Bekaa Valley in Lebanon lies the town of Anjar, a quiet settlement with a turbulent history, one of exile, survival, and resilience. The year is 1939. Around 1,200 Armenian families arrive as refugees in Anjar. They were forced from their homes in Musa Dagh, a mountain on the eastern coast of the Mediterranean Sea, and were relocated as one group in Anjar, in an uninhabited stretch of land next to the ruins of an ancient Umayyad city dating back to the 8th century AD.
The first years of the settlement were extremely challenging. The weather was very harsh. It went to below 0 degrees during the winter and above 40 degrees during summer. It was very hot, burning hot actually, during summer. Between 1939 and 1944, actually, because of the swampy waters, there was malaria, there was typhus, typhoid, which cost around 1,000, almost 1,000 Armenian Musa Daghians were perished because of these diseases. This caused a lot of difficulties, and it was a huge challenge for the community that was not prepared for such a condition.
Like most Armenians in Lebanon, the Armenians of Anjar are survivors of the Armenian Genocide in Ottoman Turkey. In the spring of 1915, the Armenian population is rounded up, killed, or sent on death marches across the desert. But in the mountains of Musa Dagh, the Armenians defy Turkish deportation orders and retreat to the heights of the mountain. After 40 days of armed resistance, the villagers are rescued by the French Navy. More than 4,000 survivors arrive in the British-controlled refugee camp of Port Said in Egypt.
After staying in the Port Said refugee camp for some 4 years, 3 to 4 years, the Musa Dagh Armenians came back to Musa Dagh, their fatherland. So they were able to reconstruct their lives after the victory of the Allies against the Ottoman forces.
Over the following years, the heroic resistance of Musa Dagh Armenians is not forgotten. Their story is glorified in the critically acclaimed novel The 40 Days of Musa Dagh, written by Franz Werfel and published in 1933. Still, their struggles are far from over. In 1939, when the region of Alexandrita is ceded to Turkey, again, the Musa Dagh Armenians are forced from their homes. And again, the French come to the rescue.
In 1939, there were other Armenians in the Sanjak of Alexandrita. Around 13,000 Armenians lived there, and a large number of Christians, all in all some 60,000. They all left the area because of Kemalist authorities who were implementing the policy of homogenization of Turkey. It's only the Musa Dagh Armenians who were transferred or relocated to Anjar. The other refugees were taken to other areas in Syria and Lebanon in particular. Musa Dagh Armenians wanted to be relocated in a single place, all together. The French bought the land and constructed the residential area. Actually, they financed it with a partial financial support of the International Red Cross and Armenian philanthropic organizations, as well as particularly the AGBU.
The village is designed in an eagle-shaped layout, with 6 distinct neighborhoods that reproduce the 6 main villages of Musa Dagh. With the support of French authorities, Anjar is built from scratch by its Armenian population. Upon completion in 1941, each Armenian family receives a plot of land with a 1-bedroom house and an outdoor restroom.
Although in 1944, healthcare started to improve, this didn't mark actually the stabilization of the community, in the sense that between 1946 and 48, some 40% of the Anjar population, of the Armenians of Anjar, were repatriated actually to Soviet Armenia.
Eventually, it takes the remaining Musa Dagh Armenians a decade to stabilize. As irrigation canals are set, they start planting fruit trees, plowing, and sowing the fields.
As of the early 1950s, the missionaries came in. Kuir Hedvig, for instance, from Switzerland. She founded actually a school in Anjar, a secondary evangelical school, which later on became a boarding school. It's not only the missionaries, the Armenians of the diaspora in general were very helpful morally and financially.
Graduates of the schools in Anjar become the core of the community's cultural growth. What starts as a refugee settlement gradually transforms into a vibrant cultural center. Dance troupes, choirs, and sports teams strengthen community ties.
As of the 1990s, Anjar underwent a new phase of development. Almost 95% of the initial rooms or homes, disappeared, were replaced actually with buildings up to 3 stories. Besides, the municipality of Anjar was able to attract foreign aid to develop ecotourism, broaden or widen the nature reserve they had, establish a forest. These were very important and attractive aspects which involved the US aid, for instance, the South Korean state, the Japanese state, and other international similar organizations.
The Armenians of Anjar overcame immense hardship to build a thriving, self-sustaining home. They managed to keep alive a unique cultural identity. Their dialect, songs, and traditions, rooted in Musa Dagh, were passed from one generation to the next. Today, more than 80 years after its founding, Anjar stands as a symbol of resilience and renewal, inspiring a new generation to carry its story forward with confidence and hope.